Okay, let's start then. As you can see on the agenda, we'll look into the on and off campus housing options, as well as temporary accommodation and most common student housing types, and where to look for these options. So the first decision you would need to make is whether you will live on campus or off campus. I understand January many students prefer to live off campus, and I understand why, believe me. And usually I'm more relaxed when I recommend a housing type. I don't have any strong preference. However, winter semester is a little different. It's because the winter here can be something that many of you haven't experienced before. So it snows a lot, yeah, and it doesn't go away until like almost April. And usually the cold, harsh wind come together in a set, so which means it is hard to get around the city, and getting to places can be very challenging. So it makes a huge difference if you need to just walk across the campus to go to your class instead of waiting for a long time for a bus to travel across the town. The same goes to going to a lot of other places and get a grocery stores and do other many essential activities. And it's a big end. You have your studies and courses you need to focus on, right? And you want to minimize all the other hassles so you can get comfortable with your new environment. So I would say it is better that while you stay on campus, but in a safer and easier place to get used to the neighborhood and the city and to look around for better off-campus options. So why I'm saying this, like I actually get quite a lot of inquiries from students around this time. So when they first arrived, they chose to live a little far, and it is okay during the full semester. But after they are more seasoned here in St. John's, they decide to move closer to the campus because they know what winter brings. But they already have a lease that they can't break for a fixed period. So it gets complicated, as you can see. Sometimes they just get stuck without being able to move out to a better place. So yeah, I've seen a lot of this now no heartbreaking stories or experiences. So I really hope it makes sense, and I really hope you can at least consider staying on campus with an open mind and be kind on your future self. And it is true, there are a lot of good things with off-campus housing, like you are more free and everything, but winter semester is a little different, so please have that in mind. So for on-campus housing for 2025 winter semester, so just one big thing is please note family units are not available. And any of you who are bringing family would have to look for an off-campus apartment. And if you want to have a better idea about family housing, please join our information session for families that'll take place on December 12th. And then HIFSA will give you more idea about family housing. And for single students, the application is still open for Peyton College, so apply online. And if you have any questions, please email the housing office at housing@man.ca. And if you're already accepted on campus housing, the important thing is and that you know your check-in date. This year it is January 6th. It's Tuesday and it's after 9 a.m. So please check your flight arrival time. And even if it is on January 6th, if it is 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., like a lot of landing flights in St. John's, you may need a place to stay until the morning. So please check your flight time and your check-in time. And for off-campus housing, finally we get to actual off-campus housing. So if you're planning to get off-campus housing, so if you can, please get the long-term place once you are here. I know it can cost a lot for temporary accommodation, believe me, I know. but in the long run, it could save you a lot of stress and even save the money. So I'm saying this because I meet way too many students who tell me they regret signing up a list without viewing the place in person. So the landlord seems really nice before you arrive, right? But some of them show their true color once you are in their rental units, and then well, you are there. There is no choice. So I ask these senior students if there is anything they would like to say to the future students like you. And they say if they had known better, they would have got temporary accommodation first, or at least month-to-month agreement, never a fixed term lease. So remember, there is no worse feeling than feeling stuck and not being able to do anything to get out of the situation. So please don't put your future self there, okay? But I have to admit, then again, if you are 100% sure about the place or the arrangement, I admit it is a good way to save money and time when you get here. And well, like I said, the temporary accommodations can be expensive. So you may wonder what temporary options are available besides the ones that you already know, like hotels or Airbnb. Well, I have to say I'm sorry because there is no magical option. But you can certainly try to find temporary options on Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji. But I think you need some luck to do that, to find something that fits your schedule and the budget. The other way you may find somewhere good is to spread words. Find your student communities on Facebook, or I know that there are groups on WhatsApp, or there are churches, and just ask around. Some people could put you up for a few days when you arrive. I've seen some of these cases, and you can build a good relationship with them this way, which can be vital for your new life in a new place. So let's move on to more long-term solution then. So my presentation today will focus on more single students. And like I said earlier, please join our family info session if you're looking for family accommodation. You can find information about that on ICENTEP or on our website all the time, right? So for single students, the most common type is to share a house with others. Like usually because it is the most economic option. And there are two types. So first is where the landlord doesn't live in the house and only other tenants live with you. And they are on the same boat as you because you're all roommates. Um, and the second option is the landlord lives in the house. In this case, the advantages are that the house can be maintained and cleaned better, and usually you can enjoy more space. And especially if you're on good terms with the landlord, if you get along with the landlord, they can provide quite a lot of assistance for you to get used to the new living environment. They drive you around, take you to the grocery store. I've seen students, they were picked up at the airport by their landlord and things like that. So either of this, if you share a house with other people, if you take this option, the rent is usually $600 to $800 a month. But again, it depends on so many things here, things to consider. And at the end of the day, like you might understand why why it is priced that much. Usually there is a reason why it is priced that much. Why is it 600? Why is it 800? So let's see one by one. The first one is monthly rent. Obviously, I think it's the most important one and for a lot of other students. So check though, like if it comes with security deposit. So in NL, it can be only up to 75% of a monthly rent. So if they're asking more than that, well, please remind them. I know that it can be only 75% of monthly rent. So what you need to pay when you first move into this long-term housing is the first month rent and then security deposit. That's what you need to pay at first. So let's say if the monthly rent is like, to make it easier, just to say $1,000, then security deposit would be 750. So you need to have $1,750 in your hand to move in to this your long-term accommodation. So, and the other important thing is, it's really important as well, is the utilities. POU means pay your own utilities. So it means as you use your electricity, heating, or Wi-Fi, you pay on yourself. So because you are sharing the house with our roommates, it may be split like the same way between the roommates as well. The best would be all-inclusive. If the utilities are included, then you don't have to worry about how much it'll be every month. You can just pay the rent. But when you think about like the budgeting, or you have to think all of this together. And there is tenant insurance. It's a little bit of like father. It's not essential, but it is really good for you to have if you are moving into a long-term accommodation, because where you can cover your loss, or when something happens to the house, it can cover your temporary accommodation. And the other one is it affects your utilities, heating type, and your comfort level as well. Because if the heating type is oil, then you may want to avoid it, because also the house are old, and then it costs a lot more than other electricity or heat pump type of heating type. And the next one is location. Like obviously it is very important, right? So whether it is walking distance or on bus routes are very important. Walking distance would be ideal, right? But if it is on a bus route, but you always have to check on the Google map and then see the directions to the campus. And if there is only one bus route, and then if it comes every 1 hour, you may reconsider it, because, it is not like, if you miss a bus, that means you have to wait another hour. And in the winter, especially, it's not going to be pretty comfortable. So the other thing is furnished, if the house is furnished, if your room is furnished or unfurnished. So yeah, if it is furnished, it can be a little more expensive at first, but then you don't have to buy any furniture yourself. If it's unfurnished, it may seem cheaper, but you need to buy the furniture and move the furniture in the room as well. So it's just like you need to check. And the next one is I'm a landlord, the roommates. So because they are the people that you need to interact by moving into this house, it's very important you get along with them, or if they are like trustworthy people, if you can be compatible, that's very important as well. And I included here the number of bathrooms. I know it sounds like petty, like why, but students often ask me, is that normal to have only one bathroom while there are 4 or 5 bedrooms? Yes or no, because yeah, it depends on the housing. A lot of old houses here can have only one bathroom while there are like multiple rooms. That means, well, you will have to wait if someone is in there, and then, so if bathroom use important for you, then you need to check about this bathroom accessibility. And the laundry access, I included this here as well, because St. John's doesn't have many laundromats, public or like, paying laundromats. And so if the house doesn't have laundry facility, then it may make your life a little inconvenient, maybe a lot more inconvenient. So please check that as well. And the neighborhood is important, right? If it is like safe or, noisy or whatever. So, and check that. And grocery stores, if you want to, make food and then eat, you need to be near grocery stores, or you have to have easy access to grocery stores. And some houses, because it is sharing house, they have house rules. So you need to check what kind of house rules are there and then you are comfortable with it. So the most important thing is here that you have thought through all about this and you are comfortable with it. And everyone has different needs and comfort level, and it's okay. Just make sure you thought through before you make this important decision so you don't regret after. Now that you thought about what you are looking for, now you need to know where to find your ideal home, right? So this this could be both a good thing and a bad thing, what I'm about to say. So that is because it is a rather small city, the St. John's is, there are not many options to find the listings. So coming from my experience, don't really bother to try to look for other websites. Most people, most landlords who are looking for tenants are using these websites that I listed here. So let's say if you found something that looks really good, like almost too good to be true for a really good price on some odd website. I've heard my students are coming with me like, I found this in the rental.com or apartment.com or like these like Pan Canada thing, not just for Newfoundland. It could be, it is likely a false ad or a scam. So if it is too good to be true, odds are it's too good to be true. So just to focus on these sites, you don't have much time, right? And check the updates as frequently as you can, refresh to the new ones. So I look closely the IO listing and Facebook groups in our next slides. And here, I just want to mention this Space Shared is we can find it on our website, and then Hipster just shared the link there. So Space Shared is partnered with Memorial University, like a lot of other universities in Canada. So it is a place that older adults wants to share their house with international students and there is option that if you help them with their house chores, and then you can get your rent discounted. So you can find this information on our website. And the student communities, like I said, there are student Facebook groups or your national communities, or there are WhatsApp groups. And a lot of good information goes around there. And I see sometimes real good options don't even make it to like, let alone IO listings. It doesn't even make the Facebook Marketplace. So the word of mouth in student communities is something that you need to really look out. So, and among this, the most popular, the most active listings website is the Facebook Marketplace. So if you have only a little time, go to Facebook Marketplace. Kijiji used to be bigger, but now it's kind of a little dated. But because of that, sometimes a good price rental options are listed there. So, well, I would go look for it. There are not that many listings. So I said that we're looking to close some of our IO listings. So when you go to our website, the International License Office, so like you see here, you can see housing options. And if you click this IO listing, and you can see there's some space shared here. If you click this, you can see more information about space shared, and then you can browse through the link. So when you go to IO listing, you can see this IO listing updated like probably a week. It depends on how many new listings I get submitted by the local communities. And so when you click this, what happens is this. So it's a bunch of lists with a bunch of like listings. So the first one, if you see the yellow, this is the most important thing. That's why it's in the first. So the monthly rent and security deposit amount and the rental type is there. And if you see this blue, it means what kind of amenities are included in there. In this case, Wi-Fi is included, which means heating and light, electricity are not included. So please check. POU means utilities not included. And this means utilities are all included. So it is very important, right? And then if it is fully furnished or unfurnished, there is this. And then if sometimes there are dishwashers as well, but washer dryer is something that you really need to look out. And if the being above ground, not the basement, is important for you, check if it's above ground. So, and when you see this red circle, it shows the location. Sometimes they don't share the exact address because they are afraid like some random people would come to their door unannounced. So in this case, there is just the approximity, but you can reach out to the landlord and then get the exact address when you arrange a viewing. And if you click this address or like the street name, you can go to directly Google Map and check where it is. And then you can check the direction to the university. And important thing here, the landlord's information. So the address is here, but you need to really look for preferred communication method. If the landlord is asking only phone and text message, well, the email is not included here, so it's kind of new, but yeah. Sometimes they put the information there, but oh, I'd like to just like get a text message, then don't phone them because it would not help you because it gives them a wrong impression about yourself. Okay. So when you see this and then see something that you are interested, so the communication is between you and the landlord directly, and then it's your discretion that you need to find and arrange a viewing and then make arrangements. And the Facebook Marketplace. So it is the most active rental listings, like I said. So like if there is any tips that I want to give you, I would like you to go to the filter and then sort by newest dates first, like here. Because if there's old ones still listed, and then if even if it looks good, because these rental markets can be pretty hot, so the good ones get taken very fast. But if they are still on the listings not taken, well, there should be some reason for it. All right. And then you don't really want to find what the reason is because it's going to give you not to rent anyways. So always find the newest ones first and like always browse from the like newest ones. And then you have to reach out right away if you find something good. So like you just click what you are interested, then you get to this page. So what was funny about this, I captured this one and I read the description as well. It was pretty good. It was the above ground, all utilities are included, and it's located close to the campus and the grocery stores, and it's a very spacious bedroom. And well, there's only one bathroom though. Maybe that's why it is this price. However, though, like it looks really like bright and then like really spacious. And then it even included here like the video. So the next day I went to see this listing again. It was gone. And you can see why, because the good ones are taken really fast. So anyways, you need to read this descriptions and then check whatever like you want, if it is something that you are looking for. So you need to find the move-in ready date or whatever, all the things. And if you're interested, want to connect with these people, so here is where you send the message. So when you do that, never say just hi, is this available? Then it is really likely you are not going to get any reply. The especially the good listings, the landlords get like hundreds of messages, they say. And if it is just them, is this available? They're like, huh, I'll just pass this one. So please include your short introduction. Say that, oh, I'm a new graduate student at MON or undergrad student at MON, because MON students usually, and in special, international students, I think well, you have a very good reputation thanks to the former students. Like it is a good thing. And then say that like you are from this, or like just include a very good information about yourself so that they want to rent out this place to you. Don't make it too long, but just include all the essential information. For example, you are very good at like meeting the time, you never late for the rent, and you're very clean. So you are not going to make you don't like to keep a messy environment to yourself, and all this very important. You are a very responsible person and pay the rent on time, and then you are a very clean person. So when you are moving out after a month of living here, the place will be the same as when you move in, or it will be even better, cleaner than you move in. Well, just use this kind of expressions, and then it's basically you have to make them want to rent out to you. So you send it and then wait. But one thing here is like if you have to write this info message every time, and then if you don't hear anything from them, it'll be a little, sad or angry, right? So what I suggest is make a pre-written introduction of yourself. So you can just copy and paste and then see if you get the reply, then it's good. You can develop the conversation. If you don't, just move on. Like it maybe it's not meant for you. I'm sorry. So this is like brief. That's it. That's brief presentation on housing. Thanks for listening, and I'll stop the recording and start to get questions.
Okay. Thank you, Harim, for the wonderful session. So let's move forward to the questions.